Welcome to another episode of Candid Couture. I'm here with Davon. Put some respect on it. Let the people know who you are and what you do.
I'm Davon. I am the owner of In Search of, the world's best vintage designer eyewear store. I also sell shoes. Legendary Asshole. Also got a just started my card game Win Salts. Dabbling a little bit of everything.
Okay. So how'd you get into the frame game, sir?
So funny enough, I got into frames through sneakers. Like back in the day, I was on a sneaker forum and everybody used to trade, do this and that. And I met a dude that wanted this really ugly hoodie. The what was it? It was a Mac Daddy. It was Mac Daddy or something from the Lupe I Got It video.
Mm-hmm.
Scooped that, didn't want it, but no one would buy it. So a dude was like, yo, I'll trade you a pair of Porsches, like a Porsche frame for the hoodie. I'm like, whatever. If they fit, they fit. Mm-hmm. After I got them, I didn't go in front. I put them on. I was like, these fire, but let me see how people react to them. And I was in college at the time, so I went to class, and like I flipped up, switched the lenses out in the middle of class, and she's like, oh my God. Oh. After that, I was like, yeah, this is my life.
That's dope. How would you describe your style?
Peacock. I mean, it's a bastardization of my mom, my dad, and my older brother's style. All of us are very loud, for lack of a better term. Or as my mother would put it, we take something so ugly to make it cute. Like I got on, if you can see it, vintage Gazelles, OG like Bape hat, and vintage BBC. It's like this is loud for no reason. I'm not going anywhere, but I want to be seen anywhere I go.
I feel it. So with that, what would you say right now are your favorite brands that you're into?
Right now, I would say my favorite brand is Gitman Vintage. It's a cool little shop from Pennsylvania. Well, not a shop, a little brand from Pennsylvania that makes absurd patterned short sleeve button ups and different dress shirts. So they'll take any kind of pattern and just put on a shirt. I have one that's just a bunch of flamingos, one that's flowers and cheetah print, another that's just women playing baseball. Right. And they're incredibly expensive, but incredible quality, all handmade in the US. And no one's giving that kind of quality right now. So I'm obsessed with them.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. I've seen some of the pieces that you post, like they're definitely dope. Okay. Right now, aside from the brands, what would you say is like your sneaker rotation right now? What's that looking like? If you had to pick 3 or 5, I understand we're on quarantine, but you know what I'm saying? If you was out and about, what you hitting them with?
So right now, I'm making up for lost time. I've been going hard with Jordan 1s. So I live in my Unions. I've beat my Travises. So those are my everydays. Trying to think. I've been wearing my Fear of Gods a lot lately, the OG black pair. And then my OG Atmos Air Max 1s, the animal print, like with all the different animal print. That's another staple. And then to finish it off, I would have to say a pair of bespoke Air Force 1s that I made. They're fucking, I'll grab them. Give me a second.
All right, bet.
So, cork, reverse suede, baseball glove leather, buffalo suede, a little bit of 3M. Best $800 I ever spent.
Flexed up out here. I see you.
Got me kicked out of my mom's house.
How was the bespoke experience? Like, I know a lot of people don't really get to do that. So, like, how is that, and how do you get like necessarily into that?
So with the bespoke experience, it was easier than I thought. You just call 21 Mercer and you see what dates they have available. Mm-hmm. And then you go, set up the appointment, you go to Mercer. And from the minute you come in and you let them know who you are, you start to feel like a star. At least I did. So you come in, they usher you to the back of the shop, past the counter and everything. And there's a workshop. So in the workshop, it has all the different leathers and materials laid out on like shelves. They have different soles stacked up on a wall. And a guy comes in and he draws an Air Force on a graph paper. And then you just go through and you select every material. And like if you old like me, you've been playing on Nike ID since you were a kid.
Right.
We used to having 6 options. So you're like, yeah, I'm gonna bust this out. Boom. I got a black and pink pair.
Right.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna do earth tones and do this. Then he's like, yo, we have cork. Then we have this. And it's like, if you like this suede, you can actually reverse it so you can get this color that's not this color. They're limitless options. I mean, for the $825, you get your money's worth in the experience, because it comes like after you finish, they cut out all the materials, they put it on a key ring and they hand it to you. They keep in touch with you, letting you know the progress of the shoe. You see it when it goes into production and all that. And then when you finally get the shoe, it comes in an FT box, like the sample boxes with your name and everything on it. The premium dust bags, the real wood, shoes, like shoe trees. If I could still spend money like that, I would do it every week.
Right. Soon. You never know.
Well, it was $825 when I did it like almost a decade ago. It's $1,000 now, but if you got the bread and the time, dog, it's worth every penny. It's nothing like IDs are cool, but anybody can make your ID. Nobody's making yours bespoke.
Right. So, with the Mercer experience and just, being a purveyor of like classic frames, would you say your experiences as a collector and a seller help shape the way you dress now?
Oh, definitely. I'm sorry if I cut you off.
Oh, no, you're fine. You didn't cut me off. I would just like to add, or if there is a particular experience that you just know off rip was like, yeah, this did it. Could you get into that a little bit?
So for me, being a collector and a reseller, it's helped me to take more risks. For example, there are a lot of shoes that I personally would not buy for myself that I know will sell.
Right.
But by me taking a risk and buying that shoe, it allows me to see it in a different light when, a picture is not the same experience as having it in hand. So when you get that shoe or you get that frame and you really get to see the details in it, it can change your life. Like initially I was going to pass on Air Yeezys. I just thought that they were like hipstery, like I'm not a hipster, Air Jordan 3s. And then I saw them in person and like, yo, hold up, Kanye's speaking to me. And then the CDG, like the CDG dunks that just dropped. Again, I'm like, these are hideous. These are trash. I get them in person and it's like, I see what they were going for, but the pictures are terrible.
Right.
It's a plastic material or rubberish plastic material with CDG printed all throughout, and it pops like crazy in person. And the same thing with frames. There are a lot of different Cazals. Actually, I have a few right here. There's a brand called Casanova that when I first started collecting, I thought was hideous. I was into like traditional frames. I wasn't experimenting. Then I saw that there was a bit of a demand, aka they were selling for the high. So I grabbed them, and then you get pieces like this. This is a 1 of 300, like in the entire world, handmade frame, 24 karat gold plated, all hand painted and like enamels. And you won't pick it up on the camera, but it's like it's even hand etched with the numbers. Or you get something like this. It's a 24 karat gold plated tennis racket. Again, all the details which aren't being captured.
Yo, I've seen those at least like 10 times via you. I never put that together, yo. I feel slow now. Yo, that's
You
not
wouldn't, like, because when I'm wearing them, people like, I don't know what those are, but it's a conversation starter.
right.
So I'm glad that I got into the practice of selling because it allows you to step out your comfort zone. You know, a lot of people are just like, I wear Air Maxes and this is what I wear.
Right.
I'm a dunk lover. So I wasn't looking at Air Maxes and things like that. It allowed me to go beyond and expand. Even down to clothes. I don't sell clothes, but I mean, like, you know what? That's ugly. That's stupid. I'm gonna buy it just to see how it feels. And then you get something fire. Well, sometimes you get a dud, but fortune favors the bold. So take a risk.
Definitely feel that. All right. So back on the sneaker side of things. Um, let's see. Do you have any regrets as far as sneaker purchases? Like, I don't know, maybe it was something you was feeling online and then when you got it in, it wasn't it. Or like maybe you put it on your feet and they was wild uncomfortable and you was like, nah, this ain't it. Yeah.
As far as
Or something that was like a trend maybe. Or
all of high school for the most part was big regrets outside of SBs.
okay.
I was trying to do a lot of stuff that I wasn't. You remember the big T era. So it's just like I'm getting Air Forces in colors I don't even like. I don't like monotone colored shoes. So I'm spending big money on whites just to mess them up. One of the most recent regrets, I went stupid hard for them. The human made NMDs,
Mm-hmm.
trash. Super trash. Like the execution is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought like everyone's hyping up NMDs, Ultra Boost this, Ultra Boost that. I put them on like this hurts. Oh, everything about them is uncomfortable. They overpriced them. They fucked up the release. It's this. Ugh, ugh. And I bought 3 pairs. Luckily, I sold them. Well, I sold everyone except for my size, which my son destroyed.
And what's your son's name for the
'Cause,
people?
I really love this frame.
And okay, let's say I give you a blank check, and I don't know, we go to Flight Club, I don't know, Perfect Pair, whoever, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no limit. What's your grails?
Shouldn't ask me that. Doug, first off, we're not going to Flight Club. We're going to Japan.
Okay.
All the City Attack, Cold Japan Dunk highs. The blue on blues, the black and purple, the white and purple, the reverses. But if I had to pick an ultimate grail that I didn't touch, it would have to be Paris Dunks.
Yeah.
Just Paris SBs. But if I'm going to go for something that's not ridiculous, Flash SBs. Orange Box Series, the black and orange suede or nubuck.
Mm-hmm.
This like that is my grail. Like outside of Paul Brown's, which I managed to get,
Mm-hmm.
that's just. I love stupid shoes. I love loud colors, but the two-tone. Dog, that's what made me love SBs. It's like you took a simple colorway and made it fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah.
That's the thing about them COLGPs. Like I don't know what took Nike so long to just retro simple colors, but like now that they're back, it's a very interesting experience.
But it was because everybody got on the color wave. Then everybody got on the collaboration wave. Because I remember the No Line of Dunks from Undefeated was like, that's when Nike was like, just go crazy.
Right.
And then now, I was just talking about it. Nike did it really smart. They re-released the colors with those different companies. Like, here's Tiffany SBs. Here's another ugly pigeon. I hate pigeon SBs. This and that. And it's like, now they're like, all right, it's the 35th anniversary. Y'all know what it is. Here. And it's killing me. I cannot touch Syracuse. That's all I want.
Yeah,
It's
that
like,
retail market vicious.
dog. Even as a reseller, I'm just like, come on, they're white and orange sneakers.
Right. All right. So have you ever waited in line for a pair of kicks before or camped out? You got any stories like that?
So when I was younger, in Baltimore, we didn't have nothing.
Mm.
I never was really with the camping until Air Yeezys. Shop Gente, shout out to them. They were the only store aside from DTLR at Mondawmin, but I got shot camping there. Um, Me, my best friend, and somebody from a sneaker farm that didn't live too far from us. We were like, all right, we're gonna meet up there, 4 a.m. camp season. We ready. So from 4 a.m. to midnight the next day, sat there, forged friendships. People holding your line like, yo, I'm gonna go get snacks and piss. Nobody be stupid because I was number one. Like, I don't have to fight a nigga over this. The news coming out, people talking to us, and it was so lame, but I felt so good because they opened the door, they clapping, they charged 100 over retail, and I'm just like, here, please, just give me the shoe, dog. I thought I was gonna die that night, but no, I've never been that tired and not be able to go lay down.
Right.
Like, I'm sitting in a chair. I don't sleep around people. I'm not sleeping outside like a crackhead. I'm just sitting there like, I gotta drive home after this. And Red Bull gives me heart palpitations, so I'm sitting there like, I'm gonna die for these sneakers, but I'm gonna get them.
Right.
And then that was the first time I camped. Second time I camped was like the Blinks, the black and pink Yeezy ones. Came out, actually missed a drop because my girlfriend at the time decided she was a sneakerhead and wanted to get into reselling. I waited for her to get off work. Big mistake. They had 15 confirmed pairs. I was number 16. So I thought I was slick. I had a pair of Stash Air Force One highs with the briefcase. I got them for retail somehow. So I pull up. I'm like, yo, anybody give me their confirmed spot, you can have these stashes. No one moved. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to just play the long game. I'm going to wait at 16. Hopefully somebody has an emergency. I know that's terrible. Something. I'm going to get a pair. So it's me, my girl, my boy Rashad, and my man's Tim. We just waiting, praying. Then people start showing up. Like, there was a gay club down the street, and they had a riot. So cops and dudes, women, everybody is fighting down there. And I'm sitting there like, I hope somebody just get beat up so they'll lead the line. Then, like, the Jack boys started showing up and coming around the block, just watching. And I'm like, if they start robbing people, I'm from here, so I know where to go. I'm coming back to be number one. They didn't rob anybody. Like, I know I sound like a scumbag. I was like 19 at the time. I needed them shoes. Next morning, shop owner shows up. He's like, yo, bad news. 3 pairs are missing. So stand there, riot. Everybody's flipping out. And I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to go home. Like, I got to go to work in the morning. So that was my experience with camping out. I don't advise it. It's a good story, but it's like, yo, you're spending the night outside for like rubber and leather.
Yeah.
I mean, have you camped? I don't know. I
camped before a couple times. Skipped a couple classes. Because I went to school out in the county. So yeah. What's that crappy mall that don't exist no more? Owens Mills Mall. Yeah.
That was my mall.
I mean, it got like 3 sneaker stores. You know what I'm saying? They get decent releases. It'll hold you down. I used to make my roommate drive me there in the morning. But like, the Foot Locker was like grimy. Bordeaux release. I was first person in line, and they didn't have 11.5 for some reason.
Please tell me you got the wrong size.
Huh? Oh no. I ended up getting like a 11, and just worked it out with that. But like, they just backdooring stuff all the time. So like, it happens.
I mean, the mall was better. Like, dog. Like, I used to feel bad for DC. because like I've never been to Major DC, but I will always hate Major DC. Every release I'm hearing like, yo, they did an auction, they were charging $500, like, nah, G.
Yeah. Hey, they get vicious over these sneakers though.
That's why like I never opened a store I was planning to. It's chaos.
Yeah. So all right, one last question on the frame side. I'm not sure what you have in front of you, but you know what I'm saying. If not, we'll just pull images from your site, and you know, of course, credit you appropriately. But if you had to give me your 3 to 5 favorite frames, what you going with?
Shit. I can do shoes, but frames is just all right. I'll have to send you the pictures because my top five is the COLco 608.
Okay.
Like everybody's gonna call them the Run DMCs. They're completely wrong, but it's the square COLco 607 with a thicker brow. Of course, the COLco 858. The MC Hammers, as people call them, but these are a classic. I'm going so basic, but I love the basic stuff. The Cartier Vendôme is like the classic aviator teardrop, like 22 karat gold with like platinum accents. And I have a photochromatic transitional pair. The lenses are clear, but they dark in the sun. Everyday pair just for the dad flexes. My St. Moritz 404s is a frame no one's ever heard of. I bought them on a whim. I paid $200, and now they're $2,000 because I kept hyping them up. But it's a beautiful frame. Another aviator frame. It has actually floating lenses. Like I got to show you pictures, but the lenses, like the frame is cut out, but it's set up where the track is not, like you can't see it by the naked eye. So the lens is floating, and on top of it, it has a gated bridge with a little sun in it. I'm nerding out. I'm sorry. I love those.
Hey man, it works. It works. You passionate the craft.
And then number 5 would have to be the Porsche 5621. That's the Porsche I was talking about. That Porsche literally changed my life. You know, I went from not wearing glasses, thinking like, oh, sneakers gonna be the rest of my life, to I'm broke because I bought sunglasses and shoes, but they pay my bills.
Right.
So, yeah, that's my top 5 off the top.
Okay, solid. And if there was someone looking to get into reselling or whether it be glasses, sneakers, what advice would you give them?
The number one thing I always tell people, because everybody wants to be a flipper. They want to do shoes. They want to do clothes. You need to be a student of the craft first. Because I'm like 12 years deep in the game, 13 years deep in like sunglasses, 17 years deep in the shoes. But I was a fan first. I spent about 5 or so years learning glasses before I started selling. And it teaches you to appreciate them, but it also teaches you to market. Because right now, everybody cries about how the sneaker game is messed up. It's this, it's that. It's a new generation that hasn't been guided. You know, back when we were coming up, we thought prices were absurd, but you would sit up there on a forum for hours talking about shoes. You know, you arguing with somebody over a retro card. The 94 ones are better than the 2000, like the 2001s. And you really sat there, you became a student of the game. So if you're gonna sell shoes, you need to know. Like right now, these kids are new to SBs. A kid's trying to tell me that Travis dunks are better than the Chunky dunks, or oh no, I'm sorry, and it's like, dog, from a reselling perspective, you don't understand how dunks work. So you're gonna sell at a terrible price, and then you're gonna cry. Like you're gonna be looking at them 5 years later when they're $3,000. Like, damn, I sold them for $500. If you would have studied the game, you would know this is hype, I'm gonna flip it. This is a grail, I'm a hold. So, I mean, and I had to go through the same process. When I was younger, I sold Air Yeezys for $500. I'm like, nobody cares about these. You remember you remember how the game was, dog.
Nah, I remember.
It is like in retrospect, like, dog, these are Kanye West sneakers. You got them for retail. I had 3 pairs. 3 pairs, and I sold all of them for like $500 to $600. And I'm looking back now, like I could have beat them.
Right.
But if you study the game, especially studying your history, because luckily you have StockX, as much as I hate it. You have the old NSB forums. ISS is still around. And if you sit on Twitter or Instagram long enough, you will see the old heads talk about it. And you'll see, like, there's so much to learn. You can see where the market's going. And as far as frames, it's a free-for-all because there is no set marketplace or market value. But if you learn to love frames, even if you buy something that you can label as a brick, you still have something great because you can introduce somebody to something new. Like how I put you onto the Emmanuel Cons.
Yep. You make me want to go grab the pair I got off you for real. Show it's a whole interview.
But I mean, you see, like, that frame doesn't have a huge value.
Mm-hmm.
And I paid so little for it, I was lucky that I could pass it on to somebody who would appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't particularly care for clear frames,
mm-hmm.
but you do. You rock them well.
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm still learning because there's always there's always a frame for someone.
Right.
You might not want Cardi, and there are a lot of people who think like I'm gonna get the very best. I'm gonna pay the top dollar to make top dollar.
Right.
I think Dior is one of the best brands out there,
mm-hmm.
and I can sell a Dior to someone who's getting into frames versus trying to hit them over the head for a $3,000 Cardi.
Right.
But I was able to learn that by having years of experience and watching other people sell. The big money stuff is good for hype. It's the stuff that people really take in, and you can say the same thing with shoes. Once you get something that people will truly love, they'll be happy to shop with you.
Right.
Because there's nothing worse than you go to a sneaker store, you go to any kind of store, they hype you up on a trend, then you don't want to be a part of it anymore. If I would have paid stupid money for a lot of shoes back in the day that are hideous now, I definitely wouldn't be in the game. So, yeah, just do your homework and you will make money, even if it's not overnight. Like I've been doing frames and shoes full time for 2 years now, and I'm comfortable. And like I'm not making sales every day, but I know how to make those key sales to keep myself afloat and to be able to continue business. So yeah, do your homework. I'm sorry, I started rambling.
No, you good, bro. You good. That's like the main focus of this. We want people to, learn that you ain't gotta just be one thing, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, you could be multiple things and be great at them, you know what I'm saying? You're an example of that, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate your time. Before we get out of here, is there anything that you would like to promote?
Well, of course, I'm gonna promote myself. In search of shop.com. I know that website name is terrible. I can't get in search of, but in search of shop.com, I have all the frames you need. If anything's sold out, I will try to find it again. I don't sleep. Contact me. I'm on my Instagram frame_God GAWD. Message me. I will get back to you within nanoseconds. And I will do everything I can to make your shopping experience the best. Also, I have an insult-based party game. Dangerously fun. If you got a smart mouth like me, you will love it. Winsalts.com. $25 is the most fun you can have during the quarantine. Get them insults out. Roast your moms because she be getting on your nerves. You and your girl beefing, pull out some winsalts, and it's all fun and games in the game. Say what you need to say. Like that's the tagline. Say what you really mean. But it's a game, so if I call you a bitch when you pull the letter, it's because of the game, not because of you.
If it's in the game, it's in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't get mad. It's a game.
All right, bet. All right, cool.
Thanks for having me, man.
All right, appreciate you, dog.